Hey, Husker fans, Evan Blaine here with Jimmy Watkins from the Omaha World-Herald and Omaha.com, chatting with you on a Tuesday. That means coordinators, that means a handful of players. And Jimmy, I would say we had quite a few players again this week and coaches that stayed to chat with different media members afterwards. And why wouldn't you? I mean, they look good over the last 2.5 quarters, certainly in their win against Fordham last Saturday. The focus now shifting to Buffalo this week. And I think a real common theme today was a lot of respect for the Bulls and what they're going to bring to Lincoln. They played for a MAC title a year ago. They dominated in their opener last week, albeit against an overmatched FCS-level opponent. But there are still Huskers on this team that remember Northern Illinois in 2017, another MAC team that came to Memorial Stadium and sort of wrecked that 2017 season. They don't want to see that. They don't want to be one of those teams on the ticker this week after they saw so many upsets across college football last week. So a lot of respect there. More specifically, Jimmy, you talked to some guys on the offensive side about some of the challenges that they're going to have against a pretty good defensive front from Buffalo.
Yeah, man, 69-7 to 69-7. I don't know how many of the Huskers caught that game on television, but Buffalo took it to Wagner. That's a team that has a stingy pass rush, as Greg Austin said, the offensive line coach. They're fast, they're ferocious, they play hard. Nebraska has some film on those guys. They might know how Buffalo likes to get after the passer, which moves they prefer, but this is still the Nebraska offensive line that's gelling. Greg Austin said that this is a team that is still waiting on that offensive line to gel. It's not often that offensive lines play their best game of the season early, especially when you have guys who have been shuffling positions and then not having played together a ton this year. And Matt Lubick also paid a healthy amount of respect to Buffalo. The Nebraska offensive coordinator said that there's lots to worry about this Bulls team, so we'll have to see when they come here on Saturday.
Yeah, and Nebraska put out a depth chart this week for the first time, and there really were no surprises in that. But we're to that point in the season now where roles are starting to be more defined, and the focus each week really is more on the opponent as opposed to what's a role for a given player. Matt Lubick, though, I thought did have some interesting thoughts today about some of the option plays that we saw against Fordham last week, specifically Samori Toure, the receiver, and how he has kind of gotten involved with Martinez in that, and that's added another little bit of a wrinkle to Nebraska's offense. So this thing, obviously just 2 games into a 12-game regular season, a lot of football left to be played. Coaches unanimously said today, look, we hope their best football is in front of them. We plan on their best football being in front of them. And how about this weekend? How about we start with that? So it's been an upbeat, I would say, week of availability, unlike after the Illinois game. A lot of people, I think, starting to find out what their role is, settling in that regard for what they're expected to do moving forward. So we'll be back. Scott Frost speaks on Thursday, and then it's a home game with Buffalo as Nebraska inches ever closer to Oklahoma, and then the return to Big Ten play. So they'd love to do that on a roll, and so would we. Thanks for watching, and stick with us this week for more coverage at the Omaha World-Herald and Omaha.com. Thanks.